open that up.
I wasn't expecting that. All Christmassy and everything over there.
Yeah, it's getting about that time of year.
I had to turn the sub down on that.
Might have got a sneak peek
till the
of that
new.
last
Well,
week.
you got a sneak peek at the New Year's Eve one.
Mhm.
So,
Hey, there's Fishhook. What's up, Asia?
Hey,
yeah.
We can actually say last night we put Asia to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Tommy's here, Mr. Alien.
Yeah, I thought they were supposed to be technologically advanced, but he was having all kinds of issues over on Happy's stream earlier.
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah,
aliens.
This old redneck's gonna have to go to Texas to help Tommy out with that.
Well, we need to get Sarah to come over here, all the way from Australia.
One day.
One day.
Like you said, next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Heck yeah. She needs to show up to Aqua Sheller or something.
Who was it they brought in? Didn't they bring over Rebecca?
Yeah.
Well, they need to bring Sarah over.
Yeah. What's up, Joe? So where would you rather go, Sarah? The Keystone Clash, an Aquashella, a swap?
I don't know, like probably all of it really. Like just doesn't really seem like there's any of that here, to be honest. Like I think I've seen a little bit of like a pet expo that a few of the eastern states people have gone to, but it definitely doesn't look the same as Aquashella.
Well, there's a big one going on in Texas in, what is it, in June?
Aquashella?
They don't even know if it's June, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, it's June 12th or something that weekend.
The official date until they change it again.
It's been the same for about a month now, so I think it's set. But it's live bears, killifish, cichlids, bettas. Who else is it? There's like 5 of them.
You gonna make that one, Jeremy?
I don't know. It's too far away.
Yeah, it is a ways.
It's a ways, yeah.
I think I'd like to go to that one.
Keystone Clash is pretty much the only win I like. Just sign up right away because it's close to where I live. So
Yeah.
just drive there.
And if Sarah goes, we could all go and show her all the bad habits of the Americans.
Yeah. And then
Eddie can take her for the really good barbecue he took Jorge to.
No, he said good barbecue, not what he took Jorge to.
Yeah.
It's like some McDonald's barbecue.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Got him a McRib.
He got him a big rib.
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going with pulling the dividers?
The divider's pulled. But
Yeah, how's it? Are they still going okay?
yeah, it's all good. No, the only thing I was worried about was just if the remaining FOGO was going to go after the wide bars with red hooks, but it's all good.
Good deal.
Took like each day the silver dollars would go a little further to the other side of the tank. Now they go everywhere. So.
Yeah, it should be a good transition then.
Made a huge difference, man. It's crazy because It's not like you're talking like you went from like 4 feet, 8 feet or something.
Right.
Each side had 16 feet to swim. You think that's plenty, but it made a difference. It made a big difference.
Oh, got Mr. Mexicali here getting triggered.
Yeah, he doesn't like the barbecue joke.
He knows that Eddie took him for a McRib.
Yep, pretty much.
We don't even have McRibs down here.
You don't have them?
Nah. I've seen them elsewhere when I've travelled, but it must show you how good they are.
You're not missing much.
No.
It's like a fake meat with some pickles on it.
Yeah. It's like a
I
sponge.
do like the pickles.
Well, see, you need to come to the United States because we have fried pickles, all 9,000 different ways to do pickles.
Yeah.
I like pickles, so it's pretty good.
I was in Philadelphia and I ordered, the fried pickles. You're thinking they're the little pickles that are fried.
They do here.
Hell no, they were the full dill size fried.
8-inch.
Yeah, they were huge, and I was just like, they breaded and fried those full size pickles.
Well, that's like around here they do the cheese curds, fried cheese curds. I've had what they call squeaks in Wisconsin. Those are way better than what we eat around here.
I never even heard of them.
Oh yeah, you have fried cheese curd. Oh my god,
it's got to be a Jeff Kane type of thing.
I've seen fried Oreos.
I've seen those fried ice cream.
Oh, we have fried ice cream here. Sarah's looking at us like, what are you talking about?
You guys lose it? How do you fry ice cream?
How do you fry ice cream?
Let's just fry everything.
It's like, now it makes sense why this burger is so fat. Look what they eat. Fried pickle, fried cheese.
Yeah.
Some stuff is double fried.
Jimmy.
Oh, there's Jimmy.
Why is he not in here? Where's my brother?
He's got a link if he wants to come in.
Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah, come on, Jimmy. We need somebody else to help pick on Sarah and Alex and Jeremy or everybody else.
Oh, there's Jeff Kane.
There's Jeff Kane.
There he is.
Speak of the devil.
Jeremy, I think that's somewhere else that you need to go. If they do the barbecue this summer, go to Foxy and Peplin's barbecue in Wisconsin.
Only like, what, 18-hour
drive? Yeah.
That's what I said. I'd love to go. It's just so far from me.
I would love to go just to sit out in the lawn chairs by the fire with Peplin and Foxy and Jeff Kane and,
Hog and Hill.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that weekend. Pretty easy.
It'd be a fun weekend.
It was a little bit since I've flown, since I went to the OCA about a month back. And they've got all the stuff turned on again. Like, you gotta get like retinal scan and stand in a tube and take everything off pretty much. You know what I mean? Like 12 bins and stuff. They made it tedious again.
As long as they're not doing the cavity searches.
Woo.
Do they still do like retinal scans and stuff if you've got like PSA pre-check?
Yeah, they're doing all well.
Wow.
Come on, Sarah. What were you thinking when he said cavity?
Yeah.
She's thinking, I don't know if I want to go there or not.
Get my thoughts together.
It'll be
You guys,
fun.
you guys behave.
It'll be fun. This is the
Why?
country. This is the country where you can have chili dogs for breakfast and pizza for lunch, and then we can go wipe out a bunch of enchiladas for supper.
That's still all breakfast. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Heartburn.
Pretty much.
can do that all in one day.
I'm assuming Whip was talking about Jeff Kane, but I was painting one of the tanks earlier, just listening to Whip stream in the background, and he was doing like a giveaway of his shirt. One of the guys lost, and he called him the Dirt Man or something. I was like,
Yeah.
probably Jeff. But,
Yep, Jeff.
so yeah, they do. The two albino reds are always together. Two bumblebees are always together, and the wild Venezuelan, he used to have a female mate, but he killed her back when they were living in the 3,000 gallons. So now he just goes from fish to fish and just menacing them and swimming away.
Have you moved your sharks yet?
No. It's not going to. PB3000 is not converted to salt yet. It's still. I put in 1,000 pounds of sand a couple days ago, so I had to clear up. It's cleared up now.
Holy cow.
Doing the aquascape's kind of a two-part, right? Like with the sharks, you can't just, no matter how well you fit the rocks together, they're just going to knock it over. I got a couple of videos that are just, it's just crazy. They'll just push it, dig, whatever. So I'm building a whole structure first, and then putting the rock on top of the structure. So it's kind of.
You imagine 1,000 pounds of salt, Curtis? Yeah. Holy crap.
One of my favorite things about whenever I'm watching Jeremy's channel or just like listening to him talk is just how casual it is for him to be like, oh yeah, I just had 1,000 pounds of salt. Oh, I just moved in 2 tons of gravel. Like to me, that's
5
just
tons
crazy.
of rock.
I got like 250 pounds of sand a couple weeks ago, and I thought that was crazy.
He definitely doesn't need it. Jeremy definitely doesn't need to go to a gym for a workout.
No.
But when I put in all that rock, all that base rock and everything, it's going to displace more water. So that's why I wait to make it salt water at the very end. Mm-hmm. It doesn't cost any money to displace fresh water. But that's all.
Patty's in here.
Yep. He's going to have Corey on his stream before long.
Yeah, next weekend. Whoa. There you go, Alex. Did you get all the loose sand out of your trunk? What trunk are we talking about, brother?
Well, I have a now newly acquired hatred for the post office that I'm sure Jeremy could feel as well after your whole issue. But I had that sand in my trunk coming home from Tractor Supply, and I got rear-ended by a post office carrier. That was 2 weeks ago, yeah. And all of those bags happened to shift real hard and rip open. So that's what she's talking about. I was gonna not mention that because I just get really mad about it. But my trunk is like a playpen right now.
So they ran into your Challenger.
Yeah, it's a Charger, but yeah.
Charger, yeah. Mine got rear-ended at Taco Bell in the drive-through line. Mm. And the guy tried to run, which is awesome because my son, who's like 22, college wrestler, was with me. Mm-hmm.
And you take out after him?
That didn't work out very well for that guy running very far.
He was running on foot?
Yeah, he landed on the concrete kind of on his face.
Unless they stole the car, he didn't think they would just trace it back to him with the license plate.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, you're not going anywhere, dude. You'll be laying right here when the police get here.
They've been driving like idiots around here, and it ain't even snowed yet. But the way they're driving, you'd think it has.
Yeah. I gotta ask Sarah, does it snow or anything where you're at?
Definitely not. So
Oh.
I think we can get like a little bit of like frost ice on my windscreen in winter,
Yeah.
but that's about the most of it.
So you don't get to experience the slippery sliding, all that fun stuff.
Oh, look, I mean, you definitely experience it just with the rain, but probably not to the extent that you guys do. But
So Curtis, is the wind crazy for you out there?
Is the what?
Wind?
Oh yeah, it's 20 miles an hour every day at the minimum.
I used to have to go out to Denver, Colorado, like once a month for work, and there's a bunch of times I'd be driving from the airport into the city. It'd be super windy, just blowing like the rental car, like cracking it off the road.
Yeah, there's times I drive home from work and you're either all the way to the left or you're hanging all the way to the right.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, you can see all the wind breaks they have on the side, that weird fencing and stuff to chop up the wind, but it's like it's insane. A couple times we had to go up to Cheyenne and go to a data center. Same thing, even worse up there.
And the bad part's when you get past the windbreak and all of a sudden it just like shoves your car to the other side of the road. You're like, holy shit, hang on.
One time going to Cheyenne, it was a snowstorm, but the wind blew all the snow to one side. So it was like 6 feet deep on one side and then almost bare on the other. So you had people driving on the wrong side of the road and the other people were driving like on the sort of like the flat grass and the median kind of thing, just using the opposite side of the road for both lanes. To avoid the 6-foot drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes when it snows, it's just like all the rules are just out. You just go where you can.
Oh, people get stupid.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's where I make all my money, though, because I have a full-time job, but I can make a few $100s from my work to my house.
Just pulling people out of the ditches.
Yeah. Just pull up there with my antique 4Runner and throw the tow rope out, pull them back up on the road, and they're like, stick your hand out. Come on. Cash only.
Used to do that in high school.
Yeah.
Drive around on 4-wheelers.
Yeah, back when we kids used to go door to door shoveling snow. Now we don't get enough of it to even worry about.
I think Sarah needs to come over here during the winter and experience.
Definitely not.
And you don't want to come experience the white Christmas.
Nope.
Them temperatures of 0 and 10 and 12 below.
I like temps over 20 at a minimum, and prefer it a little bit higher. Very much enjoy the heat.
So you're like a Daytona Beach person.
Is that Florida?
Yeah.
I really need to, figure out all this US where you all are. Yeah. Wherever there's nice heat all year round.
Florida, California.
Don't go to Vibes' house in the summertime then. When it's like 125.
And about 85% humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's about 40 degrees.
Yeah, 40 plus Celsius.
Yeah, I think it's probably about that for me today, just without the humidity. So, yeah, we're sitting at 37 at the moment. So that'd be about 100, I think, for you guys.
I'm not even
41.
I'm not even going to look what it is here because I don't want to know.
According to mine right now, it's 31 where I'm at.
Like
so you're probably not too far off.
Should be like -2 for Sarah.
Yeah. Not
She's
a
like-
fan of that.
She's like, yeah, nah.
Have you had snow, Jeremy?
Just a little dusty the other day. So far this year.
'Cause I know your last video, you said you had to bring stuff in to let it thaw out a little bit.
Yeah, we've had some cold. When I went and got that 1,000 pounds of sand, it was raining, so I didn't bring it in the rain. Like it was like 40 degrees and raining, so I left it out there about it the next day, and it was all frozen, solid. So.
When you get that much sand, do you get it bagged, or do you have like a delivery bring it in like a truck and dump it?
No, just you have to get like specific sand. Like I've never seen. It's pool filter sand, right? I've never seen at a landscape supply place where they've had like that kind
In bulk.
of sand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's usually more the stuff that's meant for leveling underneath pavers or something, or
Okay.
really dirty kind of sand. They finally asked me. It took them a long time. The Ace Hardware up the street from me, I get it from them, and usually they don't have it in the winter, right? So I went up there during the day. I had the guy order it for me, and then he said, "Oh, it'll be here like tomorrow by whatever time." So I went in the evening the next day, and the guy's looking at me like, "You want what? We don't have pool filter sand in the winter, and we're definitely not going to have 50 bags or whatever, And he looks at his computer and he's like, "Oh, we do have it," because he didn't know the other guy ordered it.
Right.
So he's looking for it, He's like, "Oh shit, here it is." And then he sort of looked at me weird, and he's like, "I gotta ask, what do you need? Do you have a pool company or something?" I was like, "No, it's for Aquarium." So they're like, "Wait a minute, are you the guy who came here during the summer and bought like a whole whatever, 50 bags, whatever?" I was like, "Yeah, that was me."
Yeah, you can keep that snow up there.
Screwed up thing is that pool filter sand used to be $8.99 a bag, 50-pound bag, and it was the greatest deal ever. And then after the C thing, it went to $19.99. It's just sat there, never come down. I mean, it's still way cheaper than anything you get in the aquarium trade. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
when I set up the first Predator Bay, it was still $8.99 a bag. It was like such a steal.
How many kilos is the bag?
Whatever 50 pounds is.
50 times 2.2. 120 pounds, 120 kilos.
So in the whole system right now, there's what are they? 110 plus there's the 800 or 900. So like there's 2,000 pounds of sand in there right now between the estuary.
Holy crap.
Reef Supply had like their Black Friday deal for the Carib Sea sand.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually priced out the same as if I were buying so 40 pounds of that was essentially 85% the cost of a 50-pound bag. So I was like, oh, what the hell? I'll just get it. Mix it up.
4,400 kilos. Jesus.
But did someone do the math in the comments?
No, I did. Come on.
Oh.
Yeah, give the old guy some credit.
I got a calculator on my computer.
But Alex, definitely for any kind of rocks or gravel,
Mm-hmm.
the landscape yard, man, and just have them bring it and dump it is the way to go. It's
Yeah.
so much cheaper than anything that's bagged, and it's much easier.
Yeah, I've got a rock yard near me, but I don't want to go there just for like a few things. So I'm just like waiting for enough projects to come out so I could fill up the back of my truck. It's just, I hate to be like the person that shows up and is like, yeah, I want this one big rock, when they just sell, by the ton.
I don't know. My rock yard has little wagons,
Mm-hmm.
and they have their scale calibrated to those wagons. So you just wander around the yard and pick up what rocks you want, put them on the scale, and they're like, "Yeah, that's 40 cents a pound." So
Yeah, that's how the quarry is up from me.
Yeah. It's like $10. You got a whole truckload full of rocks.
Oh, I might go then. I've just
I've
been
got a-
putting it off.
Yeah, if you remember, I talked to him, just tell him what it's for, and like the one guy just said, just do by the bucket, which like so he put 3 different sizes of rock in there, 1 bucket of each, delivered it for $45, and he did the pour it perfect. All the pea gravel fell out, then all the 3/4 inch river rock, and all the 5 it's all like lined up perfectly, And then the other place up the street will just 5-gallon bucket. It's just $5 per 5-gallon bucket of whatever little rocks you want. And then those big rocks, it's just $5 per big rock.
Okay.
Just load up my truck, drive over there, do kind of stuff.
I mean, I have some like 3 foot by a foot, like Colorado river rocks
Jeez.
around my pond, and they were like $3 a piece
Yeah.
because they sell it by the pound.
I just got 2 of them. You remember what they used to call the old turtle rocks, Curtis?
Yeah.
I just got 2 of them that are about 4 foot for $5.
Yeah, the guy was just laughing at me. He's like, "Is that all you want? You sure you don't want like 2 or 3 more of those great big ones?" And it's like, man, my backyard's not that big. But it was dirt cheap. If you're looking for rocks, not gravel and substrate and pool filters, for rocks, that's what you go.
See, our quarry up here during the winter will also sell coal because there's still a few old timers around here that still burn coal stoves, and they sell it crushed and washed and crushed and everything. A truckload of it's like $30.
Wow.
The nice thing living in Maryland is you got the New York river rocks and the Delaware river rocks right here. They're very cheap here, and those are the ones everybody wants. The real smooth multicolor. You get the flat ones, you get the round, whatever kind you want. They got rounds, goose eggs, ovals. Like every format of them, every size. They got 3/4, 1 inch. They got 3 to 5s, 6 to 8s, 12 plus. That kind of stuff. It's definitely because I know when I lived in Florida or Texas, trying to get those kind of rocks, forget about it. All they got is limestone and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, like Tommy's saying there, Texas Holy Rock.
Or down in like Florida, if you want like for salt water, it's dirt cheap. You can get limestone down there you get a dump truck of it at your house for $200. Much lime rock, which you can convert into lime rock, right? But you never want, But,
Sarah, have you had salt water, Sarah?
Aquarium?
Yeah.
No. So only the fresh so far. And I don't know if I don't know. I might delve eventually, but I like the idea of just plants, and fish.
You can do plants in salt water. You can do mackerel.
Isn't it like algae?
Mackerel, yeah.
And corals.
A lot of it just looks like bile.
Yeah.
But you can get like reds and yellows and stuff too.
Reds, yellows, purples, greens.
Shaving brush, mermaid's fan, you get different shapes and everything.
Yeah. We're gonna get you going on a tangent, Sarah, where you're gonna be like, I'm scrolling, looking at all these tanks.
Honestly, I've got 2 spare rooms that literally just have junk in them, and my mind goes wild.
Well, you can put some glass junk in there.
Yeah. Maybe make one of the plywood tanks. We'll see.
Ooh. That's a big jump.
Well,
Guessing
man, to talk to you about plywood tanks is right there.
There's an Australian YouTuber. He builds a bunch of big tanks and goes in and just grabs the fish right out of some inlet somewhere near where he lives.
Well, that's where she's at. It's Australia, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what brought to my mind. Like, he just does, instead of the wood, wherever I have wood, he just uses metal. Like, he uses like a
Does he have longer hair?
No, he's an older guy. His hair's real short. He built one tank
no.
outside. He built the other one inside some kind of I don't know, like a metal building or something, or some kind of outbuilding.
He uses metal instead of wood.
He'll like use the bottom of the tank will be epoxy, fiberglass epoxy wood. The back will be that way, like how I build them. But then where I might have like a wood frame, like Predator Bay, the current Predator Bay, he'll do aluminum. He likes that look better. With glass inset, you know.
So it's not like them ones at Ohio Fish Rescue just got in, them all steel tanks.
No, it's a hybrid, but and again, it's just aluminum. Is just for the glass, just to hold the glass.
Yeah, I would rather have the aluminum than the steel. It's a lot lighter weight and it doesn't rust. So.
Right.
Yeah, that's what. When I was out there, I talked to Josh about those tanks. They didn't have them yet when I was there, but it was, you know, talk about the logistics of it, everything, and really the only downside to them is how much they weigh, right? You can ship it no problem, right? Because it's not going to flex. There's no way it's going to flex, right? So easy to ship, even with the glass, it's going to ship. The glass is going to be floating just like on a plywood build, whatever. And you know, once you paint those things up right, like they're doing, I mean, they should be bulletproof. Really, the only downside is I don't know what they cost. He didn't tell me. I didn't ask, but he didn't tell me what they cost. But I know they weigh a lot, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
You got one of these things. How do you move it? They're using a forklift and things like that, but most people don't have that. You know what I mean? So, or where they have 17 people come over to help out. Most people don't have that either. So it's like, how do you move that thing?
They probably need more than one forklift. The size of those things.
Yeah, they had a forklift and rollers and people and all kinds of stuff, right? That would be the only downside of it. It's just that.
That and if water got under whatever they're sealing it with and that steel started to rust.
Yeah, and they got two, right? They got some sort of flexible paint on the inside, then on the outside they're using something else.
I don't know what they're using.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously they're meant for different applications, so I'm not really familiar with the products. He named them, but I never used anything like that. So.
I've never kept Archers.
I would think if they started having rust, they could, do like what they do with the cars up north and just, cut it out and patch
new in.
Then they'd have to like recode everything and,
I mean, just stripping them down and then look at surface rust, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They just strip it up. I mean, it would honestly take a long time to rust through. You don't expose it to air, water. If you do that, it'll rust very fast.
Right.
But if you take it, just put it underwater and leave it there, it takes a long time. So. But then there's the other stuff with a lot of the coatings for metal that people like on bridges and stuff. They're not potable, right? They're going to leach out all kinds of chemicals that they use to make them work really well. For painting, undercoating a bridge, right? It's going to be great, but then you find out it's leaching zinc or something into the water. So you got to have a specific product, right, for that inside. Which I think they do. They had something already identified. But we'll see.
I wonder if the exterior paint is like that metallized paint, so it like acts as like anode cathode kind of deal. Because I know a lot of equipment I've worked with in the past had paint like that, and so whenever corrosion would happen, it would just basically make the paint flake off, and you would just reprime the surface.
I know they were calling something like a Rust-Oleum, where any sort of little bit of surface rust, it'll chemically revert it.
Rust-Oleum kills. They could almost have it powder coated before they did that.
Yeah, but powder coating, you got to like bake it, right? So
yeah.
They're really big. Like I imagine something big enough to do that's probably really expensive.
I've worked in some places we had ovens big enough to do it.
But it's probably when you're doing commercial stuff, somebody shows up with something like that. It's probably.
Oh yeah,
Oh really?
we were powder coating and baking the inside of porta towers for the military, and some of them were 30 and 40 feet. So.
No, what I'm saying is like you were at that operation. If somebody like me showed up with a metal tank, would you guys entertain?
Yeah, they would have done it.
Okay. I know a lot of glass places, like when you call them up, they're just used to doing shower enclosures or building glass, and you start talking this kind of stuff. You're not high volume enough. You're too custom. You know, I mean, they're just not interested in doing business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if they didn't have anything in the oven at the time, and could get it in there, had time to get it in there, yeah, they'd have done it.
Yeah, a lot of those places they'll just not even be interested, but they'll offer you a price and they'll just try to price you out to make it not affordable.
Really high.
Yeah, and some people will just say yes anyway, and then it's a payday for them.
Right.
Some of them won't even entertain it though. They're like, nah.
Yeah, it's not worth the time.
Yeah, because we used to have a powder coating that when you put it on, it looked like chrome. And we had there was a car restoration shop down the road, and every now and then they'd bring up a bunch of old bumpers off cars from like 40s, 50s, 60s, and wanted them powder coated with that. And hell, it wasn't nothing new to have 20 or 30 of them running through that oven.
Thankfully for me, tempered glass is a lot easier to get because tempered glass is all one-off baked and everything like that. So they're used to that lower runs. If I were trying to get float or plate, it would be hard.
Everglass is like Napa, though, isn't it?
What's that?
Everglass is a Napa brand, isn't it?
I don't know. You're saying a manufacturer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been going with. So originally there was a place here in Maryland I used to get it from, but they went out of business. And I had no idea how good I had it because their prices were dirt cheap and they delivered it, no matter how long it was. But when they went under, I started getting it from Peninsula Glass down in Tallahassee, Florida area, and then they got bought by One Day Glass. So now it's from them, but it's the same company, just changed names. But they're good as long as you have to buy a little bit of volume. Like you see me, like I got all 4 sheets for the projects I have at one time because it's basically 4 sheets of glass cost the same as 2 sheets of glass when you factor in shipping and everything. So you just have to do that. So at any rate, you do that, and then if it's 6.5 feet or under, they'll bring it right to your house. If it's 8 feet, you got to go get it from freight. The main, they'll just drop it off at the freight place, and you got to go pick it up. It's not too big of a deal. They got long forks and stuff, so they'll stick it on your trailer, your truck, whatever you've got. So
right.
Just up to you to get it off on the other end. It's not too bad.
We do lose Sarah.
She went to go do something.
We need to get her fired up.
She's gonna come back. It's gonna be either something about a python, a kangaroo, or to flip the shrimp on the bar.
Wallaby.
Well, let's see. There's been a lot of Australian fish channels lately, right? There's the one guy who breeds them and came to the U.S. and I think it's Keeping Fish Simple. I think.
It's Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So him and then there's a girl.
Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian is the one I was thinking. Adrian is the one where.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, there'd be a
Katie.
python. I think it's his python, whatever, but like out in his yard, let him run around. Yeah, the Katie.
Another one I like is Paul Stingray.
Yeah.
he does a lot of breeding and stuff. He's got a store, but he does like a lot of the
Does he have
breeding and stuff.
like a lot of face tattoos?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
completely covered.
his whole body's done.
Yeah, I know him. And then the other one I saw, I forget the name of it. I actually I feel bad, but the guy who builds tanks and everything.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yes, Paul Stingray. He's a character.
Yeah.
His whole fish room is basically outdoors.
Yeah, it looked like there was like some stuff indoors, and then outside is just like covered. Like I don't know if it's like a drop cloth or like something kind of like greenhouse style.
Well, she moved outdoors. That's how she is.
Thought I'd go and enjoy the heat.
Yeah, while we're complaining about it being like 30 degrees.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, must be nice.
You can just live vicariously through me.
Right.
Are you going to show Jeremy your outdoor tank?
Well, that's what I'm trying to check out at the moment, just to make sure they're all right. So, can you see it? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you could see it, but you could see a lot of glare too.
Yeah. No. All right.
What was it? There's a YouTube channel where they don't normally do fish tank stuff. They're just like, I don't know, they just do like family stuff or something. But they built a big fish tank in their house, and they live somewhere cold because like a lot of the videos is snowing. But they had outside wall of their fish tank was glass, and it was facing outside of their patio on the outside of their house.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're called like the Wallabies or something, like the name of their family, Willoughbys or Wallabies or something. It's like a couple 1,000-gallon tank that they built a room on the house to build the tank in, but it literally has just a whole glass wall of the tank exposed to the outside. There's like snow and everything out there. I always wondered what they're doing to heat that thing.
Well, that's how hers is, where you can see it from the inside too.
Her problem is probably chilling it sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Or never heating it. Well, back when I lived in Tampa, my saltwater tanks, you still had to use metal halide and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the heat was a huge ordeal. It was like, I didn't have any heaters or anything, but just trying to cool the space where the tanks were.
I still have a couple metal halides.
Yeah, with the metal halides were probably the best light that I've seen so far.
Yeah, but man, they had some downsides, you know.
They do.
Yeah.
That wattage.
The wattage and the heat.
And like after that bulb's been running for a year, it's probably lost half its intensity.
Mm-hmm.
Not to the human eye, but to corals and everything. You know?
Yeah, but when you first put them in,
Holy cow.
Yeah, like holy cow, that's spectacular.
Felt like having the sun in your damn house.
I actually got sunburned by mine because I flipped the hood open.
Yeah.
And you know the bulb went with it, and I was cleaning the glass, and I had a V-neck shirt on, cleaning the glass. Put the lid down, and a couple hours later, I'm like, man, I'm itchy.
You know what's funny about that is I had a reef tank set up, a 300-gallon reef tank set up as a room divider, and the very back corner of that metal halide light would come out, and it was shining on like a stripe on the sofa, edge of the sofa, and it totally just bleached like a line across the sofa where it was not. It discolored it. You know what I mean? It's
Wow.
like,
yeah.
Just for the metal halide on it for a year or two or whatever.
Yeah, they're powerful. They're beautiful, but
yeah, when I moved, I was like, "What's that line?" Like touching it, like, "What's that line?" You know.
And there for a long time, I think it was Dustin over there, Dustin's fish tanks. I think that's all he was running.
It's crazy when I think back too, because that one tank had 2,000 watts of lights on it.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah, my cube had a 250-watt metal halide, and it had two 100-watt actinic blues. Just on a little cube. I'm like,
we used to have this sort of when I lived in Tampa to kind of cool your house down. So most houses had swimming pools. So we would take the pool water from outside and run it through pipes in the attic. Take the heat from the attic to warm the pool, but cool the attic, you know. And so I had the tank there. The canopy went all the way to the ceiling. You know, it was really, really tall up inside. And basically, I was just exhausting the metal halide heat into the attic with all those tubes above it to cool it with the water. I mean, it was just nuts the amount of stuff it took for that one 300 gallon. When I think about it.
With Sarah sitting out there in all that sun.
Need to get like a shade cloth over that so we could see inside.
Yeah.
Is it inside the house and we're seeing it from outside, or is it outside?
It's outside.
Okay.
It's outside, but she can see it through her like sliding patio glass doors. And it has a filter like yours. That's where the trash can in the bog filter.
I think if I lived in Australia, I'd do like Julian Sprung and have an outdoor marine pond.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
In Miami or wherever he's at.
I love that. I love that dude.
That would be
Does that work?
an outside marine pond.
Shit.
He's the first person I ever met in the fish world was Julian Sprung. And it was all by accident. I met him in Florida when I was on vacation.
See, I'm trying to think. There was like a 13-year period where I had a different kind of work, and I used to travel a lot, and I didn't know when I would be back and everything like that. So, the only tanks I kept were submarine tanks. They had these massive refugium sumps on them. They would be like 3 times the size of the tank. And they would feed the tank and everything like that. And I was in a reef club in the DC area, and Julian Sprung came in and spoke at our thing like in 1995 or 97, something like that.
Yeah.
I still remember because it was about, mangroves, tanks and everything like that.
Yeah, we lost Cheryl or Sarah.
Yeah, I saw the thing fall over. Maybe it.
Yeah, she should be back.
Yeah, she probably did.
Yeah.
Maybe the phone took a swim.
But all the stuff we're talking about, a lot. I get a question a lot with how much does what you're doing cost and all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I tell people is the only way this could ever happen is LED lights and DC pumps.
Yeah.
Without that, the Aquarium fish basin wouldn't exist, or it'd be a lot, smaller. The old tech, like those old pumps, the wattages they're insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got some big pumps and they work. Like I have some Japanese Iwaki pumps that I used to use. They're workhorses. They're 20 years old. They still work like a champ, but they pull like 800 watts or something.
Cool.
Holy crap.
They'll move 5,000 gallons of water, through 2-inch pipe, but they're just, you can't run them.
Yeah.
Also, they put up a ton of heat too.
There's Sarah.
They're the Hemis. Well, there she was.
Well, it's like that with lights too. I mean, even what were power compacts like? Was it like 45 watts per bulb, and you always had 4 of them or something in there?
Even the little tiny ones are 15.
Yeah, I mean, just
So the longer ones, yeah, they were 45 or 65s.
I need to look it up, but Predator Bay 3000 right now is being lit by like 50 watts or something. I mean, I gotta look it up. It's really low wattage.
Sarah's out there getting sunburned.
Yeah,
I'll stay in my basement. It's nice in here.
Got to make the most of it.
I can't imagine if all of my lights, if they were just replaced with like halides. For one, I wouldn't have to heat anything anymore.
No,
but
We have a
so
sunburn
expensive.
year round.
Yeah.
I would still do one if I had a big cube or something, saltwater tank. I would put one on it. And when my wife asked me about why the electric bill is so high, I'd say it's because you left the TV on all night. What do you know?
Plausible.
I wouldn't tell her about the 250-watt light bulb I'm running all day.
So 288 watts for all those lights to run the 3000.
Yeah, and one metal halide. The lowest one I saw was you used to be able to buy a 125-watt one.
I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be enough for corals or anything like that, but for fish, I mean, it's amazing to light a 21-foot long tank with 288 watts.
Yeah, the surface world is scary.
Sarah's even drinking beer with us. Oh.
Yeah, I had to branch out into the surface world to get some Christmas presents earlier today. Did not like it. I came right back to my basement. Those people could just stay out there, and I'll just stay in here. Plus,
Is
it's cold up there.
everybody ready for Christmas?
Not yet.
Pretty much.
I'm still trying.
Mine's easy. No kids live here. No kids or grandkids live here.
I just got grandkids too. We've already got that, and then the one great grandkid, but it's not here yet.
Yep.
Fuck, you're old.
What?
Never mind.
You're having all kinds of problems over there.
You got 1 foot in the grave, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm back inside.
But you, Sarah, you ready for Christmas over there?
Oh, shit. Yep. I just spilled beer all over the laptop. I'll be back.
Oh. That's alcohol abuse.
Party foul.
Yeah, waste some beer.
Hey, Alex, are you down south?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, I was thinking Atlanta.
And you're around Maryland, right?
Yeah. I think one of the streams, you were talking with somebody, I think the distance to like Daytona, Aquashella.
Yeah, I drive down to there, and I like it when it's close like that. I'll drive to Dallas too, but it's if I do that, then I have to take days off of work because it's like a 14-hour drive. And I think this year I'll probably go to the Clash too. I wanted to, but it was so close to Aquashella too, and I was going to that one. I already had everything set up for that.
Yeah, it's like 1 week in between, right? That and Daytona.
Yeah. So I was like, if I'm gonna make like a big trip like this and have to take time with work and everything, then
And I'll say it is like the Keystone Clash is it's a smaller event, right?
yeah,
They've already released next year's dates. Aquashella is a big event.
yeah.
They
Well,
they haven't said crap. Who the hell knows when they are?
Keystone Clash, they already locked in 3 years, the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Or it was either they locked in last year, the next 2, or the next 3, whichever it is. And I think Aquashella, they've been going through a lot of like internal stuff going on.
They're like restructuring.
Yeah. So I heard somebody say that they just now recently, like within the last month or two, went through another restructuring beyond the one they already went through. But they were saying in a positive way that I think it's going to pick up again. Like it kind of lost a little steam, got a little flat, but now they're going to pick up with. Not that their numbers were flat as far as attendees or anything, but it's in terms of like doing new things, different things. It was a YouTuber doing a stream, so they might have been speaking from the angle of like YouTube related or something.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy that's such a big thing, and it's Christmas, and we don't know when the one in the spring is.
Right.
But I know when the Keystone Clash is in September.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to chime in. What is the Keystone Clash?
You got to let Jeremy explain that.
It's a aquarium convention up in Morgantown, PA. It's the middle of nowhere, but I don't know, maybe 600 hardcore aquariums all gather there. It's a very animal-friendly hotel. There'll be half as many dogs as there are people. You can commandeer their entire lobby and play live music there and have big sing-alongs and stuff like that, and nobody cares. And you can walk around with a drink. You can do it. It's super laid back. They have plenty of space.
Had me drinking.
And it's one of those rare ones where they actually have they have all the things you need. They got the big fish show. They got a big vendor room. They got what do they call it? Social lounge or whatever area thing. But then they also got a couple different socializing lounges and stuff. And it's all open space.
It's all one place, right? So you don't have to go anywhere. Once you're there, you're good.
You just have to go about half a mile down the street to get some good food.
It's not bad.
The hotel food is okay, but if you're gonna, you probably don't want to eat it for every meal for 3 days or whatever. But
right
down the street, they got a mom and pop place that's got good food, and then they got another. It's like a restaurant bar that's got good food. But then you go outside of that, and it's just Amish people and stuff. It's it literally is this tiny little enclave in the middle of nothing. But it's super laid back. Like I said, the hotel's super chill. The staff and everything, they're all about the fish convention there. They're very supportive. You can do whatever. Set up fish tanks in your room, all that kind of stuff.
So how long have you actually been doing what you do for?
Sorry, what was that? How
long have you been doing the whole fish keeping and building your own tanks, things like that?
I mean, like most people, I kept fish when I was a little kid, but I don't really count it too much because I was a little kid, But I started, I had a 20-gallon in my bedroom and it had, stuff in it, but I don't know how I was doing. So I always liked them. But first tank I ever built was in 1999. So I would say from I was serious about it in high school. When I went to college, I didn't have any tanks because I couldn't really have any. But then 95, I would say 1995 till now, doing it seriously. Some levels. Oh, that 300-gallon tank's in wall over there, and I've had that thing since 97. It's moved 5 times. Every time it got harder. The older I got, the heavier that tank got. It's the craziest thing.
I'm not jealous of that. Having to move that.
First time I moved, me and my buddy just picked it up and carried it. Second time, 3 buddies. Fourth time, a dolly. 5th time, hired movers. Now, like all my tank, it's in its permanent place. At some point I'll die. It'll be someone else's problem.
That's what I want. Have my tanks just never move ever again, and I can just anytime I'm setting something up, I'm I don't want to go too crazy because I know I might have to undo everything in a year. I don't know.
Well, I don't think anybody will be moving that 4,400 gallon, very easily.
Ever. That thing's gonna just come apart when they need to move it.
You don't want to be rescaping every 3 to 6 months?
No.
I really thought that's what people did in this hobby.
No, that's just the YouTubers.
Yeah, it's just the YouTubers that do aquascaping. They do it like every other month.
Yeah.
I've never gotten rid of a fish ever.
So
I've got tanks. I've got tanks that I've had set up for 11 years that are still set up the same way they were then.
I want to go back to that. Do they actually just get rid of the fish once they're done with the content?
Some do.
A lot of people say they take them back to the shop.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. I think we all
like the bunny.
Yeah.
But even the ones that do the plants, what do they do with all the plants? Because
don't even get me started about the plants.
I know you got them ones that are sponsored by a plant company.
I know one guy that sets up a tank, and the next month he walks by and it's covered in hair algae, and he's like, "We're gonna do this one next to it." It's like, what the hell happened to the one you did last month?
You're not supposed to notice that.
Yeah, when
Doesn't
you
matter
walk-
what happens to it because they're just gonna dig it up and
Yeah, he's just
redo it.
looking for the views.
That's the problem with those like the big high turnout channels like that. They only have so much space, and they need to do their content. And there's not a lot of excitement of, oh, here's this thing again. Unless it's a 4400, people aren't going to be like, oh, hey, look at this 40-gallon over and over.
And that's
Was
why
Steven-
people watch those channels for like 6 months until they catch on, and then they're like, yeah, unsubscribe.
Have you ever seen that Rob's Aquatics channel? It's like every video is, I found a tropical fish in a sewer, in a gutter, in a storm drain, in a dumpster, in a
Yeah.
Swimming pool.
a trash can, a bucket. It's so ridiculous. Just looking at the titles, it's so ridiculous.
They get wild.
I found tropical fish in the trunk of a car. I found an abandoned bus. It's just like, who's watching this crap, man?
And the bad part is that guy's making money off of it. And it's like,
Yeah.
Look,
Found a beta living in my neighbor's shoe.
It's just
he needs to be paying us.
Well, he's keeping them and bringing them home most of the time. But then he's like, oh, I'm just going to throw it in this thing over here. Well, what is this thing over here? And you never show it. Like, where are all these fish actually going? Because usually,
in Florida, he's just taking it to one of the channels or ponds, just letting them loose back in the wild.
Yeah, that's right behind his house is a big old pond. So
yeah, that's where they're going.
Yeah, as far as the ones with the plants, who knows? I know some of the ones that are sponsored by the plant companies, they just get all new plants.
My goal is to be sponsored
But now?
a fish food company and an electric company. That'll be good.
yeah, if my electric company would sponsor me, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Potomac Edison, sponsor me, please.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I know you feed mostly frozen stuff. You've got one of those like floor freezers, like the trunk style, and it's just full of frozen food. I saw you got a whole bunch of stuff on Black Friday.
Yeah, that's mostly all salt.
Mhm.
Only freshwater stuff they get is like kind of the bloodworms, but they last forever because I probably only feed them
Yeah.
3 times, or 3 times a month or something like that. So they last a while. Well, like the sharks and stuff, you got just chunks of squid and fish.
hmm
Thankfully, where I live, there's very good places to get that stuff. The Chinese grocery store is awesome.
You're not banned, Sarah.
I need to go there more often because I know they have all kinds of like very unique stuff.
Oh yeah, they got awesome stuff there.
hmm
You still got to pick and choose. Like they bring stuff in from different places, but I did have that one bad batch of that farm raised crab from Vietnam that
hmm
cost me fish. So that pissed me off.
Is her mic just broken now? Is that what they're talking about? Free Sarah?
I don't know.
Can you not hear me?
Now
We can hear you.
Yeah, you just need to tell everybody to shut up.
It helps when you talk.
Just tell everybody to shut up.
I was trying to talk.
And tell Branton to shut up. Just say, Branton, shut up. Make us
No,
all-
he's actually bloody helping me.
Freaking Branton. Stealing my thunder. All right, it's all yours. Go for it.
I can't even remember what I was trying to say.
Is there actually a good Florida YouTuber other than LRB?
I wouldn't even go that far, but you can go there.
I mean, he's not killing fish or anything, right? I mean, he's not finding them in
Grant and Shelby.
Oh yeah.
I think there's some. It's just you got to avoid the people that are like, I found an Oscar in my tennis shoe. All those channels are just
The raw fishing guy is setting them through tubes into pools. And Nick Bingo sets up a pond and then has to move and just, abandons them. It's like,
yeah.
Sarah June said you got to grow a pair and just get in here.
Yeah, jump in there, Sarah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this now. Like, someone give me a topic.
You were asking about.
We don't really have a topic.
Have a topic. Why you can't stream for 2 hours and not have topics? Come on.
We're just hanging out. What do you mean? We're talking just fine.
Yeah, you were talking about redoing tanks.
Oh yeah, there's one big one that I now don't really enjoy because of how many plants he throws out. They still have good roots. Anyway, that's probably too far gone.
People throwing away perfectly good plants.
Yeah.
That's why you get another tank so you can move them to that one.
Just bag them up and put them on Marketplace.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm talking about the YouTubers that throw them out.
Oh, well, they don't care. They just get so much for free.
Pretty much. It hurts me deep inside. Do you have the wild parrot Oh, Adrian. So we do. So we actually do have them, but they're a pest here. So I forget what they call them. They're like 22s, 44s, I don't know, something like that. And people go out and, unfortunately cull them.
Do you guys want to go around and answer this question one at a time?
That would probably be a good one.
So I think we can get some good info out of that.
Yep.
Any takers? Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
I would get rid of all my cinder blocks and wood and do racks and turn all mine on in so that I can get more in here.
Okay.
Be more efficient with my space.
I want to see you fit that 115 in that plywood tank on end.
That's the whole reason why that's going to happen. I got to get all these lined up so I can put a 115 there and a 200 over there. So it's going to happen. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right.
So when I moved into this house, this basement, I only have outlets on one wall. And so I have like a conduit that I ran with like 2 spaces of outlets to go like further out. And I ended up having to move in quicker than I thought. And my original plan was to have outlets near the bottom and like 7 feet off the ground on at least 2 connecting walls. So like the back like 2 walls. And I didn't. So now I just have 1 row. And if I wanted to do more, I have to like take down a whole bunch of stuff and like move it out of the way. And power is just like such a big deal that I'm probably going to end up doing that. So if there's something I would change, it would definitely be my electricity accessibility.
What about you, Jeremy?
Probably what I would change would be to take out the window at the end of the hallway and turn it into a door, and then build an addition on the outside and connect it to there. Build some more tanks over there.
Wow,
And X Part 2.
What?
You just build a second annex and connect it with a tunnel.
Oh,
Yeah,
did I?
connected to both the current annex and the main fish room, so you have to go through that one if you go around. You know.
Do one of those acrylic fish tank tunnels so that you would walk underneath the fish.
Well, there's a hill there, so what I could do is actually just dig down and then build up on the other side.
Ooh.
And then I could do like the
Mhm.
the big like Amazon like pond / aquarium, you know,
Mhm.
where you're like you can see maybe 3 feet of it through glass, and then it'd be maybe 3 more feet down. You know,
That'd be cool.
you can look down or look straight in. You know.
Well, didn't Sarah just do a video on what is it, tunnels for dummies or something like that? Where you connected tanks together? I might be thinking somebody else.
You talking about the bin? When
Mhm.
I
Yeah. What would you change, Sarah?
this behind me. So obviously, I didn't really understand the whole weight limit and all that sort of stuff. So this is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like an MDF sort of thing. And yeah, it's gotten a lot of water on it. So there's going to be an upgrade at some point. But I'm just waiting on finding a decent tank on Marketplace, and then we'll do it then instead of swapping it out.
Hey Curtis, what's the ETA looking like on those red diamond head angelfish? Any movement there? Or?
I'm waiting for you to give me the tip where to buy them at. I can breed them. I can breed them, but I can't find them.
Yeah, I can't find them right now either.
I found them in one place and it just says sold out. I'm just like, okay. I put my name on the list though when they come in stock.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how many angels you want, but
June said she's okay with her outlets. It's the breakers that need upgraded. So I just got a giant, like 25 kilowatt generator outside. So when I got that put in, my breakers are all upgraded. I can't remember what they're rated at right now, but I think it's at least like 20 amp breakers. So like for the whole basement. I think they were like 16 before, I think.
15.
15. Oh, yeah, okay.
They go by fives.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You can put as big a breaker as you want in it. Depends on how many amps your wire will take.
mhm.
So Jeff, when I find them, I'm going to send some to Curtis and you, and we'll start proliferating these bad boys. But actually, you just reminded me. I actually was thinking, like, why don't I do another edition? I was like, oh yeah, I have no more juice.
Mhm.
I got 3 panels. They're all every single outlet is a piggyback. You know, it's like it's max to the gills.
Already skirting the line.
As far as I can't. Well, here's the thing: is I have that upstairs. The wee fish I have upstairs in the house are the koi. They're in a sunroom, or the living room, and I could take them out of there, and then I could repurpose that breaker, that panel, for downstairs. So.
Mhm.
So I can get some context, is the electricity like supply that bad over there?
No, it's just that I've already added 2 times onto my like how much I bring in from the electric company. So like a normal house, my size house, it comes with 200 amp service, and then I added another 100 amp service, and then another 50 amp service to it. So just being able to divide that up and create enough outlets with the right amount of juice. So.
Jeremy's saying he needs to have his own power plant in his backyard.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's ridiculous. The state I live in is ridiculous when it comes to regulation stuff because I have a lot of land, 5 acres, and I wanted to put my own ground mount solar and everything, but to hook it up, the way they have their like credits, solar credits, all that stuff, it's all based off the square footage of your roof and everything. It's really goofy. It doesn't take into account like your power usage or anything. So it's really annoying.
They would measure the roof even though it's ground mount.
Yeah, well, for how much they're willing to give you as a credit, towards the cost of it. Like so they have these programs where they'll give state and federal tax credits, but they base it off of your square footage of your roof, and they don't count decks as roof, flat decks.
Yeah.
And my original house was small, but it has a bunch of additions on it. 2 of the big additions are underneath flat decks. They look like decks from satellite, right? But underneath them are rooms, and the annex is that way and everything. So, and then on the other side of the house, there's something similar. So they don't count that. And then there's also a large part upstairs where it's like a solarium. It's all like glass that comes down like that. And
oh, that's nice.
they don't count that either. So I'm losing like 1,500 square feet of quote unquote roof right towards the tax credits and everything. So in their mind, they're like, well, we'll give you a tax credit for a 6 kilowatt system, and I'm looking for like a 26 kilowatt system. So we're just not on the same page at all. And by the time, if I just pay full price for the stuff, and then with any kind of battery storage, the numbers don't work out, right? I could just keep paying what I'm paying for the next 30 years. It'd be less than doing that, So.
Yeah.
But I've been paring it down. Actually, even though I have way more tanks now than I did, say, 2 years ago, I use less electricity now than I did.
It's kind of like what I was telling you backstage before we went live, where I'm kind of wanting to just stack up a bunch of 60s and use the space that way. Because it would be less tanks, less filters. The heat doesn't matter because we've got an area heater. It would be less tanks, but probably more water.
Yeah, but for me, converting over to the upflow wetland, that's been a big improvement. And LEDs keep getting better and better, right?
Yeah.
So I've replaced everywhere I used to have like a 150. I now have like a 60 or something there. So do the same one. And then when the 3,000 gallon was fresh water with all those cichlids, it had like 1,000 watts of lighting, and now it's down to 288. So, and I used to have a couple kind of the older pumps, like mag drives kind of stuff. Those are all gone.
Yeah,
they're all DC pumps now. So I think everything I have is DC. So.
Curtis has got the tank inspector up there.
Oh, look at that.
Inspector.
I see a tail too down there.
About time.
Yeah, the big boy's in here too. So. I'm not letting the big guy jump in my lap.
Come on, big boy, jump up Curtis's lap. Jump up, come on.
Yep.
Hell no.
Watch those feet.
Watch me go over backwards.
Give Daddy some 100-pound dog love.
Oh, Sarah got hers in there.
There you go.
Border Collie.
Rex.
That dog's a paid actor.
Rex.
Border Collie.
Say hello. That way.
What breed of dog is that,
Yep.
Sarah?
Border Collie, it looks like.
Yeah, Border Collie.
Hyperactive.
A little bit like myself.
Always want to play.
Come on. Jump up here and show them what a real dog is.
Nipping at your heels, trying to turn you.
Oh, there's the big guy.
I had a border collie years ago.
Yeah.
How old is he now, Curtis?
He's 10. And this little twerp is 11.
You don't have your blind one anymore.
Nope.
Just saw Jake's comment. What's toast?
What's toast?
Yeah.
It's like cooked bread.
Cooked bread.
Yep.
Yeah. Like you cook it in like a toaster
Browns it on both sides.
or on a pan, and you normally put a little butter on it.
With a little bit of Vegemite?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah.
Yeah, you could. I'm putting strawberry jam or something on mine.
I've had Vegemite once. It's not bad.
I think Mike and Alex need to do a Vegemite tasting thing and leave
I've
me
had it before.
leave me and Jeremy out of it.
I've had it before.
I've had it. Had haggis once too.
I've had haggis.
What the hell's that?
Sheep intestine.
Oh no way!
Yeah. I think it's more than just intestine too. You just don't want.
It is
You just don't want to think about what else is in there.
liver, kidney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what other weird Australian things is there besides Vegemite and haggis? Haggis.
Apparently not toast.
Apparently
Yeah.
not.
Um,
She needs to come and have biscuits and gravy. That's what you need to come and have.
I think she was trolling us with the toast comment. You guys definitely have toast.
what do you mean?
Who doesn't have toast?
Yeah, flatbed. It is kind of similar to scrapple.
Yeah, I'll pass some haggis and scrapple.
We don't even have air
What about fried mush, Curtis?
Yeah, I stick more to like baby back rib cheeseburgers and pizza.
The horns of the natives play. You mean a didgeridoo?
So what we do have here in Australia is vegetables.
No, we don't have veggies here. Unless it's like fried or something. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
It's like the pickles, sir. We gotta fry everything.
Yeah.
That's a vegetable.
Yeah, and you like big pickles.
Yeah.
I know fried cabbage ain't bad.
How many pickles do you think you eat daily?
I mean, I don't have them every day.
Fried pickles are like something you do at the bar.
Yeah.
It's not something every day. It's when you go
Yeah,
out.
like pickled eggs.
Or you get like a burger or a sandwich or something. You get some slices of a pickle on there.
Oh, so you don't just eat it all at once?
No.
Not normally.
Yeah, my food eats its vegetables.
My food eats its vegetables. That's what we were talking about last night about buying like $600 worth of ribeyes.
Yeah.
Brandon, we don't want to know what kind of pickles you eat, bro.
What I'm getting from this is you love pickles and meat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, meat,
No regrets.
lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a vegetarian, but I do eat meat, fish, and dairy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you big tanks for? You raise them up?
No, just through normal channels. Definitely not raising them.
Like one of those tilapia farm YouTube channels where they're like having like a tilapia feed farm.
Actually, when the 3,000 gallon was freshwater, I used to have a bunch of floating rafts growing bok choy and a bunch of herbs and stuff in the summer.
I was wondering about if I were to like have like different like plants and stuff that you could eat, right? If they're in the tank, would any of the chemicals that you're adding like affect that, right? Or are they only just pulling the nutrients that they would use out of the water? And I'm just overthinking things.
Well, what chemicals are you using?
Well, just like common things like dechlorinators and maybe like meds and stuff.
I don't know.
I think you might be overthinking that one, Alex.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of space over my 125, and I want to put a bunch of baskets across the back and have some plants in there.
What I found you have to do is you have to have some air flowing over them.
Mm-hmm.
And you can either you have to mist them, spray them every once in a while, like once a day or something, or you can put like a cover, like a clear cover over it with the sides cut off, let the air blow through, but they'll keep it kind of humid in there. It keeps them from getting anything, growing on them.
Okay.
They do a lot better that way. I thought. They grow fast. So.
Have you guys ever seen the guy that has the tank that has strawberries on the top?
I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about that. It was like, I could eat some strawberries.
Yeah, I've seen strawberries and sweet potatoes, tomatoes.
Yeah. This started off, but then I realized I wasn't eating it like.
Yeah, show that.
Wasn't going to eat it. All right, I'll show that.
Look at that thing.
Now, is that vegetable? House plants.
Look at my big filter.
Yeah, for people that haven't seen that video, like that's pretty crazy.
I reckon it's about 100 inch.
Leave it to Brandon.
And I was going to say I'm beginning to wonder about Brenton, but I was wondering about him a long time ago.
I don't need to wonder.
Yeah, we just know. Brenton likes the pickles and the meat. Yeah.
No, I do too. They're great.
I think you're talking different pickles and meat than Brenton.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. I mean, knowing Brenton.
Gotta love me some Brenton. Oh, Nathan.
Do you like the hot sauce with it?
I don't like hot sauce.
Ooh, I do.
Well, I wasn't asking you. I was asking Brandon.
Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Eight-inch owl.
It's true.
Oh, do you have sausages over there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's talking about the Beischers in the tank.
But yeah, we do.
Oh, all kinds of sausages.
You know what I haven't had is blood sausage. You heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had that, and I don't think I want it. But like every other sausage is good.
I'm more of a Jimmy Dean type of sausage guy.
I like some like German sausages with like mustard.
Blood sausage is pretty good if it's made right, Brandon. But getting it made right's the hard thing.
That or brats. Brats is weird.
Oh yeah.
Brats is weird.
Brats, knockwurst.
Yeah, over by the Tennessee Aquarium, there's like a small brewery that has like a whole bunch of brats, and I can't remember the name, but it's really, really good.
Beer brats.
Yeah. Fishwood, if you're still in the comments, do you remember what that place is called? That's so good. I want to go back.
I usually either cook them on a grill or in a smoker, Brent. I haven't seen blood sausage around here in years, though.
I'm gonna have to go get some brats tomorrow. I can feel that coming.
I'm thinking I'm going to go there next weekend. Now that I just thought about it, I was thinking about it for this weekend, but I had too much stuff going on. Brew House. That's what it's called. Yeah, she said it's called Brew House by the Tennessee Aquarium. The place is really, really good.
Brew House.
Yeah. Maybe, let me look at my calendar real quick.
Actually, hearing Whip and Ed talk about that aquarium, that's what I want to see.
Like, I live close to the Georgia Aquarium, and I will drive 2 hours to the Tennessee Aquarium just because the freshwater selection is like way better.
I went to the Georgia Aquarium, but it was so long ago that I feel like I haven't been there because it's like I barely remember anything.
Yeah, they add stuff here and there, but it's mostly the same.
It's just been so long.
Hey, there you go, Sarah. Look at that.
I'm just responding to some stuff since I can't talk.
You could talk, just talk. I think the weekend of the 4th and 5th, I might go to the Tennessee Aquarium.
Actually, how far is Atlanta from there?
It's really not that bad. It's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I might check that local fish club up there too to see if they have a meeting that week or something. I might start going to their meetings too, because 2 hours is nothing. It's not that bad. Yeah, I'm looking at maybe the 5th. I'll go. It's a Sunday. Not next week, but the week after.
Right.
If anyone wants to go, let me know. Meet up.
Well, guys, I say we call her a night here.
All right.
Because I'm going to have to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Everybody that showed up in chat. Don't forget, we've got a New Year's Eve stream coming on. And it'll be open panel. Anybody wants to come up? I think Alex will be joining us, I think, for that. Who knows who else? Jeremy, if you want to come up and join us, feel free to go ahead.
If I can, I will, for sure.
Same with you, Sarah. If you want to join us, jump in there.
Where I'm at.
Yeah.
You can see if Jorge can stay in his chair.
Yeah.
Whenever M&C bows down, I'll probably pick up the reins and, we'll just drink. We'll have a good time for New Year's. And, what that VOD from the stream is just going to get deleted. So
that'll be optional, Branton.
Well, you need some clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to see none of that.
Branton's going to wear one of those shirts with the holes in the front.
Probably.
Yeah, let's not talk about what else he's got on.
Yeah.
We don't want to know.
No. Anyway, we'll see everybody on the next one.
Later.
All right, bye guys.